All right. We are finally live. We are on the radio. This is Miguel on the radio, 25th of February. We're so excited. Hello, everyone. I'm here, Miguel, your host, and I'm not alone in the studio. For all my love for performing arts, one of the boldest burlesque performers in Poland. She's all about that balance, that sweet spot between choreography and impeccable glamour with volcano of sensuality. If you are talking burlesque, you are talking Red Juliet. Red Juliet, welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, how are you doing?
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm doing well. It's a little bit cold, but here in the studio is very hot, like on a burlesque stage.
Ooh, nice. We start on that heat. We start on that temperature. We start warm. Juliet, my goodness, such a pleasure to have you here. I believe there's so much in common. I'm a stand-up comedian. I go on stage alone, and I try to make people laugh.
Yeah, so we are similar.
Do you feel lonely on stage?
No, I never feel lonely because I'm very fast on stage. So even I don't think about this. But I feel this pressure to make people feel good, to make people feel some emotions, to get them something. So I understand. Yeah.
Yes.
Burlesque also can be funny. It
Absolutely.
can be sensual, but it also can be funny sometimes.
Comedy is there. But there's more vulnerability. There's more like body. There's more sensuality. There's something. I mean, I'm wearing clothes. Sometimes you are not.
I'm wearing at the beginning.
In the beginning, you start with it. Well, how does that completely opposite of shyness comes from? Where does that come from?
Honestly, I wasn't never like a very shy person, and when I'm performing burlesque, I'm more confusing. Wait, I'm not. I'm more focusing of the things I'm doing on stage, not on this that I'm naked. Honestly, like for me, like I even don't feel it sometimes, Also, if you have, because we are not naked at all, we have like we have panties, we have sometimes stockings, we have also pasties. This is this round stickers that we have on our boobs. So with this, I don't feel naked at all. It's just like the part of my costume. So for me, it was like a very easy because I'm trying to focus on my choreography, on my skills, on to take off my costumes. On the rhythm, in the music, on the accents. So I'm focusing on this. I'm not focusing that I'm standing half naked, in front of the people. So maybe that's, with this mindset, maybe it's easy for me. But I know for the lot of beginners, it's really difficult to make this step. Like they can perform at home, they can perform on some dance classes, burlesque classes. But then when they have to go on stage and they need to undress themselves in front of the people, I know that it can be a problem. But I think the most important is that you're thinking about what you're doing to do the best, not to thinking about what the other people think about you, because we are not responsible for other people thoughts. Yeah, we just do our job, and what they thinking, it's not our fault. It's not. Yeah, it's their problem if they thinking bad about us. So I think like you have to enter stage with this mindset that just give from yourself the best, and that's all.
Oh, Juliet. Fantastic. How does one start? What's the beginning? What's the first step into the world of burlesque?
Oh my God. It was like I was dancing since I was 4.5 because I have ADHD and my parents don't know what to do with me. So they just took me for some casting to the dance group and I get in. So I started to dance. And after many styles of dancing, I was also teaching dance. I found the casting for the group. It wasn't burlesque, but it was like a show dance in the style of burlesque. And the choreographer in this group was Kinga Maleska that you were already interviewed before. So I got to the casting. I get into this group. I was dancing 1 year in this group. And then later I wanted to do something more by myself. So in Poland, there wasn't almost no one in burlesque. There was only Betty Q and Pinup Candy. There was like the first performers in Poland. Betty was running the burlesque classes, so I wrote her that I want to join. But unfortunately, her classes were at the same day that I have my classes because I was teaching, so I couldn't join. But then she made an open stage. It was the first open stage ever. It was 13 years ago, and on 17th of March this year, it will be already 13 years I'm doing burlesque.
Oh, wow.
And I debuted on this first open stage, and I create my act by myself. I was just looking some YouTube videos on people from abroad. Of course, a little bit of Dita Von Teese, who is like the most famous burlesque performer. And then I have a dance skills. I have some acting skills. I don't know from where, but I put everything together. My friends sew me the costume, and I just went on stage, and it was like, wow, yes, this is the thing I want to do, because I feel like a freedom. When I was dancing in some groups, I was always doing choreography created by other people. Here, I can do whatever I want. I did my choreography. I'm doing my costumes. I'm choosing my song. So everything I'm doing on stage is like a 100% me. So first time I step on a burlesque stage, I was like, yes, this is definitely my place. Also, I was too short because I'm quite short. So I was too short to join some like a super professional review or something. And they always rejected me because of my height when I go on some castings. And I said, okay, here I can do alone. I don't care. I don't have any people standing, close to me. So no one see that I'm too short or too tall. Or in burlesque, there is not exist something like you are too short, too tall, too fat, too thin, too old, too young. No, in burlesque, there is no anything like this. You just go on stage as you are and you performing what you want.
Amazing. So it's open for everyone. How does your family understand burlesque and the world of your art and your work? How does that? Poland is a little bit of a considered conservative. Yeah. How does that work for you?
Like my parents at the beginning, they were a little bit scared. So it was funny story. They want to tell my grandmother and my grandfather because no. But then after a couple of years of me doing burlesque, I went to Got Talent, and I went to semi-final. So it was impossible to hide it anymore. And then I remember like my grandmother was at home and she get a phone from her sister like, oh, put the TV on, put the TV on. I'm sorry, Kate is on the TV. And then my grandmother put the TV and she showed me performing on the TV show Burlesque. And then she told me, oh, why you didn't tell me you performing in TV? I would love to see. And now all the family knows. And they are very happy. Like my parents seen my show twice, I think, and they like it. So, but the funny story is like that before Got Talent, it was like, oh, it's just a hobby. Maybe you will find some other job. But after Got Talent, like magically, it's like, oh yes, now it's valid. It's like it's it's so funny and so strange how people think like when you get into the TV with something, oh, that's serious.
Yeah.
Because you already like start to being popular because now it's serious. So
interesting. a seal of approval. You've been to Mom Talent as you mentioned, and you also been to other major festivals around Europe. What's the weirdest thing you've ever heard a judge or one of those festivals reviewers say about you?
Like the judge from the jury, yeah?
Exactly.
Honestly, I was on the festival that I can't talk to the jury. They just making some notes. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I never get any feedback. But I won one festival.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What about from the audience?
From the audience, it's like, the people like the thing that it's like most common is like people say that they love my energy, that I have energy. Like one of the hosts of the festival, she called me like a little powerhouse of burlesque because I'm moving very fast and I put a lot of energy in my shows. So also I heard that I have like a creative costumes.
Absolutely, yes. I want to talk about that. You use very, very creative props on stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't behave well or they behave well, they are live.
Yeah, it happens, like it depends on the prop. But some props, can be quite, like, how to say, nasty and don't cooperate.
Or tell us more. Tell us more about those props.
I have like honestly, I have like a lot of big props. I think I'm like a big propper in a burlesque world. So I had my bathtub, which is like my signature act. I had a red big shoe, stiletto. I had a snowball that I'm going inside. Also, I had like icy swings with the LED lights were changing. Of course, a lot of feather fans and a lot of fan waves, this silk fans. Yeah, but like my favorite is a bathtub. And bathtub only once did to me something not good. I was performing in Madame Q. Unfortunately, this place already closed 2 months ago. But I was performing there, and how you call it, plug? Yeah. So I don't know how it happens. Like plug go out and the water starts coming on stage, but I have to still performing. Show must go on. So I was performing till the end. The water was already at the bar, and then after my act finished, everybody went like all the staff from the club. They went on stage trying to to clean the stage from the water. So it was super funny, like a little bit Armageddon.
You do have a performance where you are in the bathtub and water goes everywhere, yeah? And does it need a special kind of stage or place? Or
honestly, it should be like even if it's wooden stage, it has to be protected a little bit because I was lately performing this act 4 days in a row, and then my friend told me that in this place that I was performing, the floor gets a little bit up, because they forget to put some, protection. So now they have to exchange the whole floor on stage.
Oh, the floor is ruined.
But they were went before.
Yeah, I see. Very creative performances. A lot of unusual choreographies. You've experienced a lot from classic burlesque and perform also some of new burlesque. And I want for the audience, what's the difference and what are the in between those? Yeah.
So classic burlesque, it's all the burlesque acts which are like a giving tribute, I would say, to the burlesque how it was in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s. I would call it like a reconstruction of the striptease. Because it's like we have these reconstruction groups of some knights or some soldiers or something. So actually, when you're doing a classic act, you have a corset, you have fans, you have gloves, like a super classy, and there is not a storyline in your act. That actually you are doing like the same what they doing in the 30s, 40s. Because in the 30s, 40s, there wasn't a striptease. There wasn't go-go clubs. They were invented in 60s. So when you want to go to see boobs, then you go for a burlesque show. And it was also like a very controversial, like the strip clubs like now. So it's like so classic burlesque, it's more like a beautiful costumes, a lot of rhinestoning, and like a just girl going, taking off clothes and showing her beauty, showing her attitudes. Neo-Burlesque used to be like a shows which have some storyline. So you invented some, like for example, you can also play some character from the movie, you can play some character from the comic. We have something like Nerdlesque also. So it's like for gamers, for all these people who like games, music specifics. Honestly, when I'm watching Nerdlesque acts, I don't know what's going on because mostly I don't know these characters.
Like dressing like Pokemon and doing burlesque?
Yeah, exactly. We did a Pokemon. Some girl did a Pokemon act in Poland. I don't remember which one, but yeah, it was something like this. Yeah, but it is very funny. It's very funny, especially if you are in this society of nerds, then you know everything.
Interesting.
But yeah, there's a lot of like different styles of burlesque. Now it's a neo-burlesque, so classic. It's as I say, classic, and neo. It's like a never-ending playground. You can choose any prop, you can choose any character, and it can be funny, it can be scary, it can be like a also like some important topics for society. It's like activist burlesque. Also, it's a neo-burlesque.
Wow, fantastic!
So it's a lot.
there's a big umbrella under burlesque, and I'm finding out right now. It's just beautiful, very interesting, very, very interesting indeed. The world of burlesque is much more than you imagine. Touring around and performing in different countries, do you feel a difference from the audience? Do you have a particular country that striked you the most?
Right now, I don't feel that much, but like when I was starting burlesque, it was really like you can see the difference. Because in Poland, the audience was very shy. There was not so many people. And the people who come in to see burlesque, they were like 20, 30. Now it's changing. But then, if you went to Germany that time, then you saw people like 60, 70 dressing fancy, going for shows and cheering you. And it was for me like a very beautiful experience. that I'm performing for the people for every age. And also, like, I know that the Italy audience and also the British audience, they are very loud. They know how to, cheer you. Like in Poland back then, it was like a more calm. But now I think it's no difference. Now I don't see difference. Now it's like, but it takes this 15 years, I think. Burlesque in Poland, I think it's 15 years already. So it takes this 15 years to educate the audience how to behave, and that they can they can dress nice, because we also like that the people come in and they feel special. So they dress special, they dress some seconds, suits, and yeah. So now it's getting better and better and better.
Like a lovely gala night full of
exactly.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Also, when we are on stage, we also want to see nice people in the front rows.
Absolutely. I wanna know a little bit. So if some of our listeners are considering maybe performing, they love dancing, they love the theater, they love the performing arts. If they are thinking about getting into burlesque, what would you recommend?
I would recommend first going to the burlesque shows as much as it's possible, because you have to see everything, and then you can choose which resonates with you. You have to go to see the classic show. You have to go to see the Neo show. Go and watch as much as you can, because you have to see how it works, what's happening on stage. It's also not about the one performance. It's about the big show. We have a host. We have a person who is a stage manager who's picking our clothes and everything. So first go and look how it works. Then find someone who's teaching, like regular classes or workshops or something, and take at least like 2 or 3, I don't know, workshops or something, that you know some tricks. Because it's sometimes in our times when we were starting, it was very difficult. Now it's super easy. Now we have a lot of people who's teaching. So I think like this: first go for a show, then find someone who will introduce you, and then if there will be open stage. And I think this year we have like 3 open stages or 4 open stages. So there is always some open stage. And then go on open stage and try your act. And then see if you like it or not. Because I know some people, there was a lot of people who were taking classes and they think they love. Then they went on a first show on an open stage and they said, okay, I like it, but not that much as I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I think like just like this.
Very cool, very cool. And I imagine not just trying, but also staying in that world, keep performing. There's also, it demands a certain characteristic or personality to keep going, to persevere in this world, and trying again and make mistakes and live with those mistakes and try again. So from your experiences, is there a characteristic that the burlesque artists that perform for longest have?
It's like actually you have to, like, I think the most struggle in burlesque, it's like the bookings, because if you want to live from the burlesque, you have to really like make connections with the people who producing shows, because then they give you a job. In the past, there was less of us, so it was easier. Now, this part is difficult. Now it's more easier is to start burlesque, but more difficult is to live from burlesque.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you really need to be like confident in yourself and in your art. And the big problem is like, of course, we go in on stage and we see the people reactions. We getting bookings or not getting bookings. And due to this, we start to thinking if we are bad or a good performer. But you have to think that you don't need a validation outside. You have to like be proud and be focused on improving yourself. And I think this is the only way to stay, you know. And also like you have some breakups always. I had also myself. I want to quit it a couple of times, because when you start putting more money into this than you start, no, I don't want this. But then you have to you have to stay calm in these moments. You have to like come back to yourself. Sometimes you have to need a break, like for some time, and then come back after 1 month or 2 months with the fresh energy. But you have to keep going. You have to just thinking that okay, I'm doing my job well, and I'm not looking for the validation from outside. If they booking me or not booking me, okay, sometimes you can think, but you can also ask for feedback. Sometimes you can ask for feedback. Okay, why didn't book me? So people tell you because this act maybe it's like you have to improve a little bit. This is this, and that's
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's not personal. Sometimes it's just it depends how many people you know. It depends. I don't know that you meet someone. Oh, I forget the word. Uh, Someone recommend you to someone. It just sometimes it's just like accidentally. It's like yeah,
Luck.
yeah. It's a luck
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
you sometimes you can manage anything by yourself. So
Yeah, and I imagine there are also the people that take this as serious as a profession. There are people that take it as a hobby. There are all sorts of people as well, all in between. Very interesting world of performing arts. Let's talk about the what inspires you. What inspire your numbers? What do you like? Where does it come from? Those ideas.
it's like I think with my burlesque, it's like I have a periods like Picasso, blue period and the pink period. So I had like when I was starting, I didn't know anything about Neo-Burlesque. I know only classic. So I was thinking, okay, burlesque is classic. So I started doing like a classic. Then I like my first act was like a super entertaining because I want to make connection with the audience. So in every act I have some interactions. I was giving them something, like a lot of things with the audience. Then after a couple of years, I think no, now I have to be lyrical. So I started doing very romantic acts inspired by paintings because I like art. So I was inspired by the ending of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century paintings like Art Nouveau. So I did some acts like this inspired by Alphonse Mucha and Levi Durmer. Then after this, my romantic and super how to say like esoteric because I have also one act inspired by the tarot card. After this, I went to like a different side totally. I was doing something like camp fetish, like a very strong, very like a totally different, not romantic acts. Then after I think I'm now. So I'm just a little bit come back to classic, but only because of from the classic you get the best money, to be honest. You have the most booking if you're doing classic because like me, I was starting, I didn't know that it's neo-burlesque. And also the most of people don't know. So now I'm doing classic, but also like a little bit funny. I'm trying to be again like classic, but still funny, not like very serious. So it's changing. But usually it's like the inspiration comes from my books, from my films, from movies, from music that I heard, from paintings a lot. Like
Yes, talking about music, let's play something that Juliet chose here before we start the show. Something that inspires her, a song, and we'll be back right after the music.
Jesus, I'm not talking like my English, and I'm because I'm not sure.
Yo, man. What? She came. Where?
All right, all right. And we're back. We're back with Miguel on the radio, the 25th of February. What a pleasure having a delightful experience in studio here with Juliet, Red Juliet. Incredible. So many inspiring things. The beginning, the world of burlesque is fascinating to me. I want to ask you, what are you working on right now?
I have like burlesque, yeah, burlesque project. So one of my project, it's like me and two of my best friends. We created a trio. So we have one girl who is a singer, and me and the other girl, we are burlesque performers. So we now made the trio, the Golden Girls. So that's the first project. So we are inspired by the old Hollywood movies and all this glamour era. So we want to bring this. We performing together, and we had like also like acts together that we starts with singing, then we join the Kate who is a singer, and then we dancing together with the beautiful costumes we made by ourselves. So that's the first project. And another one is like I'm working on the new act. I'm waiting for my costume. I already tried this on. I need some a little bit adjustments. And it's very funny because I don't know if you know this song by Ursula Dudziak, Papaya.
No.
It's like a jazz song. She's using scat technique. So actually, she's not singing papaya. She's singing something different. But the people said, "Oh, it's papaya," because it sounds like papaya. So the song is very funny. And I will be performing in this. I will be a papaya. My costume will be inspired actually by
Wow.
papaya.
The fruit, the tropical fruit, yes.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of papaya. I'm living half time in Warsaw, half time in Sri Lanka, and in Sri Lanka I'm eating papaya every day. So that will be my tribute to my favorite fruit of Sri Lanka. This act.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what's your creative process? How does it start? So from the beginning, do you try out your performance and adjust in the middle? Do you have a period of lab? How do you choreography, outfit? How does that come to be?
My like a way of, because it's like every performer has a different way of this process. So my process starts usually with the song. Because if I have idea of some act, for example, I want to be this person, then I'm searching for the song. I'm searching very long. Sometimes you search for a song half year, sometimes longer, which fits to the character and everything. So, but very often it's like I'm starting with the song. I just hear the song and I said, oh, I close my eyes and I think, okay, I start to imagine the character, the story, everything. And sometimes I listen to the song twice and I already have everything. So it starts with the song. Then when I choose the song, I'm listening these songs like a million times, on Spotify all the time. I'm listening to this. I'm catching every accent. I'm catching every change in the music. I'm cutting this song in the parts, like you have first part, the second part. I'm looking like, because every part has a different energy. And then I'm trying to put a story line to this song. For example, like there is a moment when it's like a lot of instruments playing, so I know, okay, that moment should be like a very meaningful on stage, because this music, this like high energy music, we also make high energy to the act. So I'm just like really, it's like a mathematics a little bit. So I'm trying to also, I'm counting the accents, and then I know how many like the pieces of my wardrobe I have to take out, because I love to take out things on the accents, like so everything. And then the last one is a costume. Of course, I have an idea of the costume, but the final view, it depends on the music, on the accents in the music, how long is the song, because I can have a very big costumes to the short song, because there is no time to take off this. So yeah, starts with the music. Then I'm listen, and choreography is the last actually. I think when I have a costume, everything, then I can think about choreography, because when you're taking off your clothes, you have to put it in your choreography. So yeah, and I also I'm keeping 3 points in the song. That like the first point is entrance. It has to be a very good entrance, because it's like in a real life. First 5 seconds. Yeah, and the people already judge you. So the very strong entrance, like a surprising entrance sometimes. or reveal of some part of the costume at the very beginning. Then it's like this accumulation point, which is like a very strong energy. It's usually like after half of the act, and then at the end something even more, because ending has to be like also super strong. So there are my three main points, like a big enter, something unexpected in the middle, like even a jump split, whatever, something like make them wow, and then at the very end you just make a final fatality and they blown away.
Wow.
So
yes.
that's my style of
The
working on the
volcano.
act.
That's the volcano.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. And do you try out? Does it before even being performed for the first time? Is it already set? Do you make adjustments throughout the first performances? Is that how does it work?
At the beginning, I was like trying out everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to admit it. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy. Now I'm only rehearsing acts with the big props, because if you have a prop, then you have to try it. But the other acts, I only like rehearse in my head, and then I'm going on stage, and usually it's going good. If something like not work, or like for example, I know this I should do quicker or something, then I adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but usually it's like I think after first performance you always have to adjust something.
Mm-hmm. Adjust.
Yeah.
And then you do your own makeup. You do your own production costumes. Do you have a team? How does that work?
With the costume, it's like I'm designing my own costume, but I can't sew. I can do only like a lingerie. For example, I buy some panties and I like cut it. I make something different, and I can put crystals. So that's the thing I'm doing. I can do headpiece, like the things from hair. I can do lingerie sometimes, and the crystals I'm putting by myself. But like the big pieces, like a corset, like the dress, like some rope, something, I ask other people. There is Ania Mestvinova. She's absolutely great costumer. So she's making costumes from the people all over the world, but she's in Warsaw. So Anya, it's like one person who I always ask. Another one, it's like my friend who's she's a gypsy dance teacher, and she's doing like a gypsy dresses. So she's very good in the big pieces of fabric. So I have these two people who I'm going to. And also last time I was also Vermilion. Kate, the name is Kate Vermilion. So she's also doing like corsets, more classic stuff.
Very interesting. And there's a process of fitting, of choosing the colors, the materials, these kind of things, I imagine. Very cool. And then to come up with a production. And how in terms of time window, how often do you have something new or something, a show, a tour? You said that you live half of the year in Sri Lanka. Do you also perform there?
Oh no, if I would start perform their burlesque, they will be throw me out, I think from the country. No, they like they kind conservative. They are Buddhist, but they're super nice, but they're kind conservative. But I'm performing here in Poland, and I think it's like usually from 8 to 15 shows in the month. Like 15, it's like a super, a lot of shows. Like for example, last 2 weeks I just come back 2 weeks ago, and last 2 weeks I have like 9 shows already during the 2 weeks. So it's quite a lot. So yeah, it's like that. But now I get, you see, my ADHD comes and I forget the question.
The question is, so if you perform. You said you perform in Poland, around 15 shows a month.
15 is a max, yeah. So it's like from 8 to 15.
There's a busy month, and touring. How often do you change your show? These kind of things. How often do you get a new show?
Because like it works in the burlesque industry. It works like this: that you have your acts.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has like the list of the acts, and if producer want to book you, he or she is choosing from the acts that you have. So we're performing the same acts, but on a different events. But sometimes when we get bored with our regular acts, we create something new. So I think if you are a new performer, then you'd have to create more. So people create like up to 5 acts in a year. But now I'm doing like 1 act a year, I think, after so many years, because I don't need, my old acts are still good. But at the beginning, you have to produce more. At least you have to have 3 acts to be booked, because usually people searching for producers for 3 or 2 acts. So you have to have at least 3. And then you can do more. So right now I'm doing like a 1 new a year, one new act. But also, like, sometimes we have a show like in Wrocław. We have a place where we're performing with the live band. So sometimes live band playing different music that you have for your act. So you perform to different music, so it's like a little bit new act, only in the same costume. Or you are using, sometimes you have like a theme show, like for example 80s or 50s or something. So you also make some adjustments with your costumes and with your music. So sometimes you have to prepare like the same act, but it's in a different way.
Yes, and what's your favorite act that when the producers, they ask you to do it, you just get so excited? What's your favorite along this 12 years or so? What's your favorite act?
Bathtub act, because I do really like it, and my Salome act, because it's like I think it's like a very good made, like the storyline, everything. It's like really, I don't be shy. I think it's really good. So that's when my favorites right now, I think. But people also ask me a lot about the shoe act, which I also like. And also the butterfly, because it's very romantic and like moving, and it has LED lights and yeah. So I think this also cowgirl act. Yeah, on some like queer events, they ask me a lot to do my cowgirl act, because I have like a neon pink cowgirl, like to the some electronic music. So it's like yeah, it's
Very
also
cool.
nice. But this one is not my favorite actually. I like it, but not as much as my bathtub. Or Salome.
And how do you see the future of burlesque? What's happening? What do you see burlesque in a few years? What's going on? How do you see it changing?
Actually, I have this strange feeling that right now will be a little bit more harder, because it's like, it's like a sinusoid. It's like in life. So sometimes we have like a burlesque is very popular, then less, and already it was one time already it happens that I said to my friends, like, I think that will be like less interest in burlesque, and it was. But then again, it comes up. So I think right now we're facing something like this, but maybe, I don't know, maybe only me, I'm thinking like this, that will be like a less interest in corporate events, especially because I'm thinking like a corporate events, because like when you're doing the show, when you buy tickets, people coming buying tickets, there will be always. But I'm like, for me, like the measure is like a corporate events. How many corporate gigs we have? So now we have less than it used to be. Because like in corporate events, like they every time want something new. So I don't know what's now popular. Maybe some different things, but I think burlesque will come back. So now it's like also like the burlesque places are closing. Like in Warsaw, Madame Q closed, and also in Berlin, one place which was I don't know how many years they were existing, but they were existing like quite a long time. They also have to close. So in London, couple years before, also very important place closed. So now places are closing because they don't have enough money to to exist. So that's for me also. It's a sign that something is changing. But the thing I'm saying, like the classic burlesque, I think it's a very safe option. So if it's bad times, like not good time, you don't need so much money, you don't have so much bookings, I think the classic burlesque in this case is the answer, because it will be always booked. People always will be booking classic. So now that's why now I'm doing mainly classic, because I have good bookings for the classic acts.
And if someone wants to experience Red Juliet, what do they have to do? Where they can find you?
They can find me actually on the other street, on the Foksal 11.
Very nearby.
Very nearby,
okay.
Yeah. So we have it there. We're making the like regular shows. So the show that I am starring in, it's To.jest Miłość, and there is a bathtub act in this show. So I recommend it. Yeah. So we playing on 8th of March and 13th of March. And then we will play in the summer, because I'm coming to Sri Lanka for a couple of months. So then in summer we'll come back. Also, tomorrow I am performing in Worek Kości.
Lovely place. I've been there. Yeah.
In Worek Kości you can see also a lot of Neo-Burlesque. This is a place which mixing like a classic with neo. And in Wrocław, in Vertigo, and sometimes on the review by Madame de Minou, so like a lot of places. But right now, Worek tomorrow, and then Foxal 11.
Fantastic. What about if they want to get you a corporate event, something, I don't know, if they want to get one of your events, where can they find you?
Just write me, like you can find me on Instagram, like redjuliet.burlesque. So you can write me there, or you can write to my email. I don't know if I have in my email on the Instagram. I have to check because I don't remember.
Go to Instagram, Red Juliet. Beautiful, all her work, her colors, her performance. You have a glimpse of everything. You have an idea how beautiful and complex all her work is, and I'm a fan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It was so lovely to talk about burlesque in English. I was talking for the first time in English about burlesque.
Oh wow, fantastic. Lovely to have you here on the show. Is there anything that you would like to say or talk or do here on the show that I haven't asked? Just please.
I just want to say to people, like, don't give up on your dreams. Because that was my dream, to be on stage, like to be on my own, doing on my own from early childhood. And I didn't listen to anyone. Everybody said, oh, go to be a lawyer, go to be someone, like get some serious job. But I was like, not, I want to do this. So never give up on your dreams, because you don't know the time when you meet someone or you will find yourself in some place which like change your life. And then if you live in your dreams, if you like, I feel super lucky and super blessed that I can do only burlesque and I can live from this. And I can travel. I'm not worried about my salary. So I'm super grateful for this. And I think it's worth like all this. It's not coming at the beginning. You have to really be strong and stay on the line on your way. And be devoted, and then after years you will get your prize. And it's a really luxury that I can work doing the things I love. So for me, this is the best luxury in the life.
And with that lovely message, we come to the end of the show. Juliet, it was a pleasure, an honor. Red Juliet, follow everybody. That was incredible. One of my favorite interviews here, Miguel on the radio. And I wish you all a wonderful week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And next Wednesday, we'll come back with Miguel on the radio. I'm Miguel, your host, and it was a pleasure. Take care. All the best. Peace, love, and passion.
And
Goodbye.
burlesque.
And burlesque.